You guys remember that? I do
Wow.
because
It's been a long time ago, huh?
yeah, a long time ago, and it was the preparation for that is what I don't think I've ever worked as hard in my life. Is going into tryouts and making sure that all those advantage teams were coming over to tryouts, and we knew we were going to have about because we started at tryouts. Anybody remembers this with 25
24,
teams?
25, yeah.
Yeah, 25 teams. So and we started with like gosh, was it 15 boys teams and 10 girls teams? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
15 boys teams and 10 girls teams. So it was clearly more on the boys side. And it was awesome. But Felipe was super young. And Pancho
And I was bringing
young
my
too.
team
Yep.
because before that, we were kind of like working in different teams or independent teams,
Yeah.
things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So when Adolfo talked to us about the idea to create a new club and the advantage is going to be passing over the club pretty much, and everybody start bringing the team. So I was looking at my players that I knew the advantage team in the age that I coach, and I was okay. So here's gonna be, my.
But I remember before that. I remember when we tried to put together some coaches, and I barely knew David. I remember we were training, like you said, I was training in, can I say, Wasatch, Rampage,
Yeah.
and
Utah Force.
USA,
was-
You sent me.
Of course.
I was
Sandy.
UFC.
UFC Bountiful.
UFC, that's
I was
where
very
I was
happy.
working.
and we decided to do this, and we didn't have even a name. And I proposed a name. I remember Napoli, because we were like so, to try to follow Maradona
So much mafia.
story, mafia, Maradona, drugs, and things like that.
Noses.
And I and I remember with the name La Roca appeared, like we all agree 100%. Just mean a lot. I mean, La Roca mean a lot. It's subliminal. Subliminal.
And we wanted to be named, it's in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Spanish because we all,
That's our background.
yeah, we all come from Latinos background. So
Yeah. And I also remember that you were working with Utah FC, right? UFC.
UFC.
And you had a team. You were working with Andres. I remember Andres and
Valdave.
Aranés,
Andres
We have a story right here with him.
Andrade. Ari had also like 2 or 3 teams in Bountiful area. Ari.
Yes, we create like a team that we call Fury, and I was working with Mike Garba with the girls
Yep.
under the supervision of Ricardo Lea, a Chilean friend.
Yeah. Ricardo Lea. Yeah.
Because I couldn't speak any English, so I was doing all the demo,
Yep.
and he was helping me out so
Yeah.
that he can translate and explain the kids.
Ricardo Lea.
Did you also had a team with Rick Ward, Eric's team, or no?
No, you had those 2 teams.
I had those 2 teams. I was working with Justin Ward's team, the '94 boys.
Yes.
But you had the older team, didn't you?
Yeah, Eric
Eric's team.
Ward.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Eric was part of that Fury
Uh-huh.
team that he came over.
Because I had the Blitz FC teams. I had the older boys, the '89 boys, '89, '90 boys, Will Burton, Ethan Summers, Alex Bernier. You guys remember that? That's the
Yeah.
team that came with me.
Well, the story is
They're like 35 years old right now.
Yeah.
Probably around.
Yeah.
well, the story is crazy. I coach Zach Cope, and his dad is Dr. Cope.
Yeah.
Yep.
In Bountiful.
He was my doctor for years.
He's a family doctor for us.
Yeah.
For my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we coach Ethan Cope.
Dave Cope. I coach Ethan. You coach Ethan.
He delivered my daughter, my Victoria, my 20 years old, in Bountiful. It was a C-section, and the doctor is there. So I'm still having a relationship. I'm going to him. He's a family doctor, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's crazy how, after many years,
So
we keep in touch. And
so David, you brought a team from Bountiful.
I brought a team from Bountiful, but before, in between, I was training advantage team, there was Alan Enns. Because in UFC, I was working with Andres Aldave, and then and Alan Enns also was he have a team advantage, but we already were talking on that transition, so I start training that team, and then when I can, we merge those two teams, where Andres' song, it was Alan's song, also I don't know, remember Mike Hodgen, you know, yeah,
Because Felipe, again, he was the youngest, and he's been training in Sandy, Utah Force,
Utah Force.
with Jamie Shock. Well, before Jamie Shock, probably.
Before.
Right? And I don't know. I was curious to see, because Pancho, you came from Rampage. You didn't bring any teams. The kids came here, right?
Oh yeah, and I feel horrible. Believe me, I feel horrible.
Why don't you work around?
Because I was training one time Wasatch team and in Roy West Park, and one guy was behind the tree looking at me the whole training, and when I done, he tried to talk to me, and my English was horrible, was bad. So I just give my phone to him, and I say, "This is my sister-in-law," to translate, and the guy gave me in one day 5 teams, 5 teams. So in the end of that year, we create La Roca. We start appear some players. Remember Corey
Hunter.
Hunter.
Those
Yeah, Corey Hunter
very
was-
good player.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing
See,
here?
that would
I
have been
feel
fun to
horrible.
mention in the interview. You know, all those guys, like mentioning those people like Cody Hunter, he came to play on a better club. Yep.
Yeah.
So, funny story. 2 years ago, when I came back to the Roca North, went to the Juniors Academy, and I used to train a team from Mike Garba in Caseville. Number 9, Mindy, fantastic player. Like U17 girls, fantastic. I was coaching, and she said, "Ariel." I said, "Who are you?" "Mindy." "Yes." So she has 5 kids. Okay, 5 kids. And I coached her when I said, "Mindy, 20 years ago, this
That's crazy.
This is amazing." So it's fantastic.
How do we get the connections to start working? Why Pancho? How you start working with Rampage? How you start working with Force? Obviously, Adolfo was playing for Blitz. That's why. But how?
Adolfo was, somebody asked for a trainer.
Oh,
Same with me.
And he sent me over there
Oh,
to
okay.
Utah Force.
Yeah, and then with Pancho, I think Pancho, did you made a connection by yourself with Rampage, or was it me who helped you?
I was training like the director coach. How's the name? Jorgensen,
Oh, Lance.
Lance Jorgensen.
Yeah.
And I work in Rampage and Wasatch. I was the trainer of 7 teams, 7, one summer. So I was like back to back, like 5 trainings a day, Monday to Friday, until we start La Roca. So
Well, for me as a coach,
Yeah.
it's the one that I told you before. I have, so I was coaching the B team of the boys, 95? They were 95, 96. No, 96. Because you have the
both.
95.
No. You're right. 95, 96.
95, 96.
Yes.
Where Fido was sometimes playing with us, and he was in your team. Bofo was playing with us in your team. And Adolfo has the A team. And we were competing with that team and start getting better and better, that team. And it was one year that we get to State Cup. I think we played semifinal.
Yep.
You guys beat us in semifinal, but it was a,
You missed the PK.
yes. And it was a really good game. I mean, it was,
It was
Did he
1-0, and
Did you
they
take a shot?
missed the PK.
we missed a PK.
It could have been
Yeah.
either way.
So the teams were pretty equal, you know, and that year we decided to mix the teams. So that is what we did at that tryouts. And that team
Became your team.
become my team, and we start competing. Obviously, we loaded, you know, good players, Lucas Cali, Alejandro, Victor
Galindo.
Galindez,
Kyle
Kyle Coffey,
Chandler Badley,
Chandler,
Joe Wheelwright.
Joe Wheelwright.
do you know one?
No, he's beating me, but
They were his players.
He repeated
Who was the other? Johnny Rodriguez,
Rodriguez.
Alex Higueras.
Yep.
I bring the best one. Alex Higueras. Who else? That team. So the big thing when we went to Minnesota to play that tournament.
Yep, USA
the
Cup.
USA Cup.
I went the year before.
Yeah, you were this close to win it.
I know.
Oh, that's the one that qualified you to.
And then we won. And I don't
Newcastle.
know if I'm misunderstood. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong with the information, but I think we were the first team that we went overseas.
Yeah,
The first,
you were the first
that
team.
We
And-
went to Newcastle.
Newcastle.
All paid.
Puma paid for
Sponsor.
everything.
So that was a little later then, because when we started, we had Diadora, right? For how long we had Diadora when we started
Two
Roca?
cycles, probably 4
Yeah.
years.
Two,
4
years?
years. And then in 2000, we started in 2005. So in 2009,
Nine.
we started with Puma.
Yeah.
But-
So yeah, we were.
Yeah, but that is when we say, like, I mean, for me personally, like, okay,
That's
you
a
know
big
what?
change.
I mean, it's
Big jump.
top team. I mean, we win that tournament that it was big for those ages.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
only for those ages.
Big.
And then we went over there in the experience. I mean, we went to train with the academy. We play with the academy. We get invited to watch a game, Manchester City against Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Coloccini.
I was with Coloccini.
Coloccini.
I was with Danny. Danny Parker's.
Yep.
Where with he
Dan-
went with me.
Yeah, Danny and you were coaching. Yep, I remember that.
No, amazing team. And unfortunately, we couldn't take our full team because some they were not Americans.
Yeah, they were not
You know,
American. They couldn't travel overseas.
Yes, Alejandro couldn't go, for example.
Alejandro Espinosa.
Yeah.
One of the best players on the team.
One of the best players on the
Oh
team.
yeah,
But Guy went there.
Guy went.
Guy went.
Guest
no,
player. Guest player.
No, he was our player now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After we
Guilherme.
lose a State Cup, he come to us
Yep.
with them. That was the State Cup that I lost. That I
Guy
was
is
telling you.
Celso's son. Yep.
Yeah, but amazing team, amazing group, you know, and we mix it, we work together until there, and then okay, top team, let's get together and compete.
That's a good memory.
I
you
think,
know, so-
well, remember, out of the back, I think we start competing because when collectively being all the teams, we start competing right out of the back. And then what was amazing for the following years, when we start competing in State Cup, that we had few years that you see on the championship, La Roca versus La Roca on the championship, La
Oh, yeah.
Roca on the girls and on the boys, right? So I think that was we started La Roca, it was June 5th, I think, 2005?
June 1st.
June 1st.
Yep.
June 1st, 2005. And then we start tryouts, we start the season, and then we did tryouts where it used to be, Ellison Park? That's where we used
No,
to be?
tryouts at North Layton Junior High.
Yeah.
Oh, North Layton, yeah, right.
At the
That's where we
beginning.
used to do tryouts, North Layton.
So we
That
got
was
a fight one time. You and me, remember? We got a fight?
Where?
You don't remember?
Where?
You used my field, and I take you out. We were screaming each other for a tryout. People turn around and left.
No,
don't
and
remember.
one thing, like for the club, why I was saying this, because that year, Pancho took the 95, was yours?
Boys?
With Nick Tiros?
Yes.
No, 94, 95.
94, 95. You got the 93.
93, 94.
We went to, it was Boise or New Mexico
For regionals?
regionals. That
was
we
in-
all get to quarterfinals or semifinal,
New
and you
Mexico.
you get to the final
I went to the final.
and
Yep.
regionals.
Yep.
That was a huge year for the boys
Yep.
that year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I remember before I came, I was coaching that independent team Fury. We won Sparta Cup back in the day. Winning Sparta Cup,
Huge.
it
Yeah.
was like
That's huge. A State Cup. Like a State Cup.
impossible.
Yeah,
Yes,
Sparta
all
was
the
big.
all the top teams remember Sparta Cup.
Yeah.
And then we brought that team here, but we always competed against Advantage. That they had a really good team,
Yeah.
amazing players, and Danny was coaching that age. And for the State Cup, we couldn't make it because they were like the top team. So I had 2-3 players that they were top players, top player. Zach Cobb was one of those. Trevor was one of those.
Yep.
And we came, and that one was my contribution. So to those players, we start putting the top players in the top teams and keep developing the next one. So I remember that one was like really nice because finally they put a state cup champion,
Yeah.
and it was a good feeling for them.
Yeah.
And the second one, it was 96, 97 girls. We went to play West Coast tournament
In California.
in California. Going to play against the top team in Southern California, Fram, all the team that they
There
were.
were, at that time, there was no academy, right? There was no,
No.
DA.
It was nothing.
yet.
I believe after that, well, this is what happened in that tournament. We went to a tournament, and everybody planned to come back earlier. And
No faith.
we no
No faith at
no,
all.
not a chance that we were gonna keep moving up. So we were advancing, and we made it to the final.
Wow.
So that team that Carla Swenson played, Brooke Evans, Riley Porter.
Oh, yeah, good team.
So it was a really good team.
That's a
You know,
really good team, and you know
Jocelyn,
what? That
Katie.
hurt me a lot. That team never. I know that was a beautiful experience, but that team, I remember the opponent, Sparta, was so strong. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
Because it was
The 94.
Dennis Burrows, right?
That was Sparta.
Dennis.
Dennis's team.
That was Black Diamond. That was
Darian,
Avalanche.
the girl.
Darian Jenkins. Yeah, Darian was a
But
forward.
she
played
was
professional.
older.
Okay,
Yeah.
93.
That
93.
is the older one that Canoe played.
Okay, 93.
Remember?
You're right. Yeah.
When I started the La Roca South. and we
Canoe.
yeah, remember that team?
Nui.
But yeah, that was a good moment to me. And then we decided, you know what? And we played Far West Regional. When Far West Regional was Far West Regional.
Exactly.
Like all the top teams, remember that?
Top
Yeah.
teams.
I think the first team that played Far West Regional in our club, it was Team Crampton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first team that won it, along with Pancho.
Yes.
They both won it in Boise, Pancho.
Hmm?
The 99, 2000 girls, and Tim Crumpton's 93,
93.
94 girls. That's the team that won it. And it's funny because I was going to say that the first moment that was really, really important to me, it didn't happen with any of my teams. It happened to Pancho's team and to Tim Crumpton's team. Because I was there. I was the whole time. And it was so big for us to go to nationals. We've never been in nationals.
That's when it really was competitive. With
Yeah.
all the good California
Yeah.
teams, Washington teams.
And it was huge.
Everybody was good, yeah.
And Tim Crumpton had a great team with those 93, 94 girls. And Pancho's team was awesome too.
Yeah.
And Pancho, I was thinking, did you actually win or did you lose in regionals final?
We won.
You won it.
We won.
And then you went to nationals.
We won.
You and Tim Crumpton. No.
Yes, 1 year like that. And the year after, or 2 years after,
4 teams won.
I'm trying to come exactly. I'm
Oh,
trying to
no,
come back to
regions.
Nico's question because
Well,
that is the moment like we're looking each other, we
That
big
was
hug
awesome.
each other because we won with the 96, 97 girls.
Yep.
We won with my 99s, all right, 2099s.
Yep.
That is, and then you guys won. That was when we appeared, you in the camera, when you scored a goal in overtime and we ran each other. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. So we won 4 regionals that
I
year.
remember
So
that.
I was the oldest in that moment, right? 98, 97 was my team.
yeah.
90 with Kachi Carney,
Exactly.
Paige Stevens,
Yeah.
96, the other
And
one.
then my team.
Coley
99s,
Allen. Yep.
98, 99,
Did you guys?
and Felipe.
Felipe, 90,
Yeah.
you're 99s.
My 98, 99s.
98, 99s.
Did
So,
you guys have any
Olivia's
college
team.
coaches there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. But this one,
At
well,
that time, yes.
That
we were
time.
talking, that came after. That's why when you said the first one, it was the boys for me.
Yeah.
The second time it was this one because that was unbelievable. I mean, we get there on the banquet for the nationals.
Oh, yeah. The luncheon. The luncheon.
The luncheon. Unbelievable. I mean, it was like.
And we
I
lost the
have
final in nationals.
So every time when you go to nationals, all the teams, all the clubs there, and they do the presentation and everything, and they were said, and now La Roca, ta ta ta, and then La Roca, and then La Roca, and then La Roca.
Yeah.
Like more than legends, more than everybody
more
that year.
teams than legends.
So it was
We have more teams
unbelievable.
than
Look,
any other
dude,
club.
because La Roca, and then people, who the
Who
freak
is
is
it?
La Roca? Like seriously, and they place us
Yep.
regionally.
And from those 4 teams, we played the final in national. You guys remember?
Yeah. Your team.
Yeah, and we lost in the last minute overtime in Olympic goal.
Olympic.
Windy. my goalie,
And that was
Kendall Baker.
Legends.
Was that Legends?
Legends.
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 That lefty.
I need to be honest. We never beat Legends. We always tie 1-1, losing 0-0, losing 0-1.
0-0, that's good.
0-0 normally is tie right now, but
Yeah.
back in the day, you were losing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think La Roca one of the things that I like about the message La Roca is, well, let's think about it. La Roca is very strong thing, all right? Very strong. It's a rock. It's a rock. So I think the mentality, because everybody think, and we talk about the possession or keep the ball more than our opponent, a short team, or at least the majority of our game of coaches believe on those things. But I think the mentality is just play anywhere and try to find the game. That is like, especially from the beginning. We didn't give it too much credit to the opponent. We went no matter what team we're playing, even if it's, I don't know, Slammer, Soca Blues, Barcelona, doesn't matter. We go in and find the game right away, That is, I think, is the main thing about our club, honestly. And that's what we're trying to, to teach the kids. It's about life. It's about find the game, find your life, go face up, vamos, dale, those type of things. I don't know.
Oh, that is something that you have to install to the kids, to their mind, to keep going. But one thing to me that always is going to be stood up for us is the passion that we brought, because the background that all we have, we're coming from a country that they crazy about soccer. We eat, we sleep, we dream, and we eat soccer. This is all about.
Yep.
So in my school, when I was a kid, half team, one team, half of the boys, another team. Monday, you don't want to go because if your team lose, you're going to get bullied pretty much. It's that way. You go to the coffee shop with a coworker and it's impossible. So that thing that we brought to this country, in my opinion, the passion, it make us, all the coaches, like together. You always saw 3, 4, 5 coaches helping each other. Wearing the red, that, the color that is distinctive for us. And that passion, I think it was contagious to the neighbors, the others. And this is what I'm getting from the opponents, okay?
Yeah.
What is La Roca? Our coach's passion.
All of that you guys saying have connections for who we are, because development, passion, and where we come from. Most of us was developed on academies from our own countries, right? And like Ariel says, we eat, sleep,
Breathe.
think, breathe, football.
And
That's what we
dream.
call it, right? Yeah. And dream football. And then that's right, we translate the development, we pass the passion, everything that we have in La Roca. That's why we have our values, right? We develop, we passion, we had the passion for the game, we had the unity. What we're doing right now, that's how best describe us. That we always together talking about football. It is not just about our club. We're talking about our teams back in our country, Copa Libertadores, Champions League. I think that's summarizes who we are. We are authentic lovers of the game. We love the game, and then that's what we try to translate and into what we do for the kids.
And what you said about development is true, because and sometimes the best players are not coming. A story about like La Roca is too expensive. We're not too expensive. All our fees are up front at the website. We never hide anything. When you see others, it's similar or above. So and the retention of the player that we're having in our club is huge. It's amazing.
So many times we look at each other and I say, hey, we need to work hard with this team. Yeah, we will. And then at the end of the year, I remember we won a state cup, we played final here. We did some magic. And that is because it's another aspect, in my opinion. for years, we always help each other. I don't see one club, maybe I can be wrong, but one club, after a lot of years, keep it the same main coach, coaches forever, and with the mentality, the philosophy, extremely similar. We always with David we joking about same philosophy, but that is very important. It's very important for a kid who jump from one team to get played to the other one, and it's extremely similar. So it's not a huge impact. Go to this coach and they don't even talk each other. No, right here we talk every week. I remember in NDA, we have a meeting every single day at 3 p.m. That was the best school I got in my life. We were like for 2 years, right? Pretty much every single day, meeting at 1 hour before our first training. So we're like watching videos. This is what we're gonna do.
I miss
And
that. I miss that because I already created the Roca South in 2010.
yeah, that's true.
So I left 12 years, and yeah, so I miss all those meetings, all those moments, but I enjoy my driving. So to me, it was
No, but
it was
you
good.
being with us forever,
Yeah.
That in the past it was much easier. I remember that how we recruit, it was the way that our team plays. How we
yeah.
play is how we recruit. I remember in the past, years ago, everybody make fun of me or play jokes because I was stealing players in the parking lot. But
And that never happened.
it never happened. People come to me to talk to me about my
Yeah.
teams. You know what I mean? No, but it was for the way that our teams play. So they like, parents like,
Yeah.
and oh my goodness, you play even the not winning, but it's like you guys, your soccer is awesome. So we would like to bring the kids to your team. It was not stealing players. I mean, people want to go where
The style of play was
it
attractive
is exactly.
to everyone.
I mean,
I think we were, since the beginning, we were the club that wanted to show a certain way of playing, a style of soccer. I think everybody, the large majority of especially our premier teams, they display the same level of soccer. We were trying to build out of the back as much as possible. We will try to play the ball, combination play in the attacking side, use the wing players and get in a very associated way. And when you couldn't get in, you would bring it back and you would swing it, and it was just always keeping that ball until the right time to penetrate. And I think that style of soccer was displayed in every field when we had our top teams. And I think that's what people were seeing. Boys and girls, they played the same way. And they were just talking about it. It's La Roca means so much to us. I think it's been part of our life for nearly 20 years now. It's our anniversary, obviously, and it's just been our life for all of us. We do this for a living, and then we just have dedicated. The club has given us so much, and we have given the club so much as well. It's our family. La Roca means the world to us. It's everything to us. Debo, Felipe.
yeah, okay. Let's
So
go.
that doesn't have to be maybe about a player that I coach, maybe a player that I saw.
Yeah.
That I said,
Yeah.
what happened here? So I will say, Emil Cuello. Emil Cuello, Argentine player, played for my 97 boys. He's playing professional right now. Okay. People told me every time, Ariel, why you don't do something for Emil? Do something for him. He said, me back in the day, I don't want to do it. I don't want to become like an agent, okay, and take advantage of, how can I help my players being professional. So me, I like him to go to college, for example, okay? And for Emil go to college, it was a huge challenge, okay? So finally, he went to college. And he went to the draft. Barros Esqueloto, LA Galaxy, pick him up. He played with
LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy
Ibra,
with the Zlatan.
With Zlatan.
So 2 years there,
the
okay?
Lion.
And then he came, first game that he came back here to the manager, Debbie Francis, boom, the jersey. Next year, 2 years, Sacramento, okay, in California. He came, boom, Ariel, here it is. But there is so many. I saw Taylor Booth coaching a team because Celso couldn't come to the game, playing 2 years up in Ellison Park. And the kid, he was figuring things out like 3 seconds before everybody. He knew where the ball gotta go. Boom, boom, boom. It was like impossible. And then he said, many more. So talk about the current one, Chloe Sadler. And I keep pulling the picture on my phone when Pancho won the national in 2021. And Pancho hugging all the girls on the bench, and Chloe was like here, like this. And everyone on the field were stopping watching that little girl.
Yeah.
And the talent that she has, it was like, it's impossible. And see where she is now. National team,
No, because he was like 2 or 3 years younger than everybody.
December 2008, competing with 2005.
Correct.
People couldn't
It's like
believe it.
almost 3 or 4 years younger. Yeah.
Couldn't
But that
believe
is
it.
but that is a good example because honestly, well, I was joking in the beginning, like as a lot of players, but in multiple stories, right? I mean, not just about what they do in soccer, so what they do after in life. If they were brave, if they make their own beautiful decisions, because they get inspired, with our club, with our philosophy. The beautiful thing about Chloe, to be honest, is we took Chloe a year or 2 years before that. She was extremely little. We always joke to her like she's little midget, and she laughed too with us. It's not a bullying. But Chloe is a great example because Chloe came to the perfect place, in my opinion. I mean, Chloe is little. She's knowledge. She wasn't the perfect player like you always see from mile and you can see her cats or fancy soccer. No, it was about hard work, believe in herself, believe in this. It's gonna give it to you results in the end.
Sacrificing
And,
because she lives in Logan.
Driving far away, keep
Yes.
training. Also, Chloe, I mean, when she was little, when she came to our club, she had her personal trainer, the Bolivian guy who helped a lot with the first touch. We need to be fair, And then the tactical part appear right here, but it's about, I mean, honestly, I think we have as a club participation on those golazos. What Chloe does today, because I don't have any question. Like Chloe is going to the World Cup for sure. It's gonna keep playing pro, and it's about this too. Big part. When I talk to Chloe or when I talk to the dad, Kurt, it's like it's unbelievable how they feel about this place.
But-
This is their home.
So I believe it happened to everybody. Guys, are you getting every time a letter? I'm getting married. Or they got a text. Can you send me your address?
Oh yeah, that is it.
And it happened all the time with all of us. And what about the players that they went college, that they have, this position on this company, and they come in and they do a speech for our college night, and they happy to come and share with our players.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that they've been successful in life. And they
Not
keep
just on
coming.
the field.
Not on the field.
Exactly.
Yes,
not
off
just
on
on
the
the field.
field.
No.
Because that's part of what we do also, because we want them to succeed, not just as a soccer or football player, right? We want them to be successful persons
Yeah.
out in life. And then like you say, we have many that have transcend that part in life now, that they have families,
Yeah.
they have businesses, they some they keep playing football. Other ones probably some girls that we coach that they have family with kids that are now playing in La Roca, and that's also beautiful to see that they have a really, really good experience through La Roca, that they want their kids to go through the same.
To the same
to what they
experience.
did.
And the
Yeah,
ones
same
that
experience.
the ones that they coming and they coaching with us.
Yeah, that is one of the good things, that when you can see players that they are grateful of what you have done for them, what the club have done, because not always is the case. I mean, sometimes they are good when they're here and then they left and they disappear. But there are people that always, I mean, we put that one and that thing in their heart, and they keep remember us and always mention us everywhere they go. Like I was saying before, I mean, I was not grateful is the word. Lucky you know, that I was able to coach good players, right? I mean, but those players, they have the talent, like Pancho was saying before. I mean, yeah, you can see the potential, you know, and they keep develop. We help a little bit. They become professional players, right? But for example, I would like to say about Taliana Cafusi. I mean, that girl, and she even always say it. I mean, she was not the skillful one. She doesn't know about tactical stuff, you know. And then she become a strong player,
Oh
a
yeah.
smart player. She loved the game now. She went to the U. Now, unfortunately, the draft, there's no more draft, so she is being trying out in different teams. Hopefully, she can make a professional team.
Yeah, but also look, we can focus on a top player, a national player, international player, player that they become successful in life, but also we touch many other lives with teams that they're not the top team. They are the third team in the club.
Exactly.
Okay? And you have that kid, that boy, that girl, that they're struggling with the confidence. And you're gonna say the right word in the right moment, and you're not gonna be screaming and pull her out of the game. And 10 years ago, you're gonna go and you're gonna see them in the mall, in the field, in the Real Salt Lake games, and they're gonna say, "Do you remember that? That changed my life. This is what you guys did for us." Yeah. So it's not about top play; it's every level player, and all of us and every single coach has those experience.
A huge level of satisfaction as coaches when we see our former players succeeding and whatever. You mentioned that your former player has 5 kids now. They are playing soccer. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we all have been in that situation. Some of our players played at the college level, and we were so happy for them. Some of our players have gotten to the professional level, and that's been an amazing thing. And some others are just succeeding in the corporate world, working and having families.
Or players coaching right now.
Or coaching.
Yep.
Coaching. There's so many. It's hard to really identify one or two, but certainly for me, I cannot stop mentioning what guys like Taylor Booth has done, because they're playing in Europe and it's been there for a few years already, playing at the professional level, and that's so big. And not only because of that, and I mentioned Taylor because Taylor cares for us. Like David said, he will come and will give me his jersey after the season is over. He'll be in touch with us. Always come to La Roca. In the wintertime, what does he do? Comes to the Roca Park, trains with us, is always around. If we need him, he's there for you. I love that. Taylor, Zach Booth, playing also in the second division in Holland right now. Sebastian Saucedo playing in Mexico at a very high level. And others, like my son Fido, play in a MLS Next professional level now, but he play Toronto, Seattle Sounders, Real Monarchs. Still wasn't in the game. Now he's coaching. Nico's still trying to maybe play one more season with Real Monarchs, or maybe start coaching. And there's Jaden Wagner, and there's Emil that play in the
Mike Orellana.
Mike Orellana was we haven't said it. Mike Orellana was the best player in youth soccer we've ever seen. I've never seen anybody like Michael.
Yeah, we were talking off camera about that.
Michael Mike and Orellana was the best player that we've ever seen in this club in youth level.
Since day one.
Since day one.
You could see, since day one you see that kid and you could tell, oh, this kid is different.
It's different. He's the best player.
Yeah.
And he went and played on for Real Monarchs. Yeah. And after a few years, then he went to Sweden, played in Brown BFC, came back. He
played on the El Salvador
national team.
Yeah.
And he came back to Utah, and then went back to Real Monarchs, I believe. And then he didn't play anymore. But he was a fantastic player, guys.
Yeah.
And a great person,
yeah, too. I would say the field will speak about all the hard work we had to put on to gain some victory. And those victories give you legacy, right? And we have probably, Pancho was talking about some games in National, Felipe, but they weren't easy games, right? We were hard, and then sometimes coming from behind. But those moments of the game have a lot of work that come prior, right? With trainings, with planning, with obviously finances, and then I think the story will tell. It's just because we all like to win, we like to develop. But I think it's part of the game, right? And then that I think we're gonna tell those fields. In my case, all the sacrifice we make, how much hard work we put on, coaches, players, parents, to succeed on the field.
To me, always it's gonna be a challenge, okay? Or even if it's a different culture where I'm coming from, I don't like to be a reference to my players for what I did when I played professional. But what I'm telling them is taking a bus, going 90 minutes in a bus to go to training, train 90 minutes in a bus, get back, maybe sometimes 2, 3 buses, okay? That your parents give you just the right amount of money to ride the bus, and you don't have for a soda, okay, right after, just water. And all the sacrifice that I made, that I can share with my players so that they can learn how tough they gotta be, how they're resilient they gotta be. My example of the life that I live here. I became a full-time coach in 2018. So before that, I have a full-time job for 12 years and even more. I wasn't the best player on the field. I was always the 5th best wing, but I persevered my dream, and I never stopped, and I had my reward. So that's what I can tell my players, and I'm hoping that I can install that on their brain, and that's it. It's getting, it shows. So that is, to me, the most important thing. The score, like David said, we want to win, but we know that we're not going to win all the time. So it's important to, to show them that you are for them, and even if we lose, the next day we're ready to work.
I agree with both of you guys, and it's one word that I put a long time ago in my pennies. That is, nothing is impossible. And that's not mine. That came from a tennis player that I love, Nicolas Masou from Chile. But the guy said, nothing is impossible. Nada imposible. I love that phrase, and I think that is the big word, about anything. I mean, you can be losing the game, and well, he knows switch score with 10 players, and or just today I'm here, and tomorrow I can be right here. That depends on me. How much work I put into it. So many times, believe me, guys, I took a team like the parents or the coach. The last coach tell Pancho, this is not a typical team that you're going to coach. I mean, it's going to be a challenge, it's going to be hard. And those teams become the most successful team ever. So it's about hard work, it's about belief. But nothing is impossible. It's like for everyone, Not even in soccer, in life, for every kid, even if you're 80 years old, nothing is impossible. Keep going, keep working, close your eyes. It's a bad day, keep going. So.
Following up what the boys said, so discipline, determination, and passion. Doing what we have to do. There are times that we don't want to do it. We are tired. We have problems, personal problems or whatever. We go there because we have passion for the game. We have passion for teach what we love, and we have passion to be teachers to the kids. And the athletes is the same. I mean, they have, like some of you were saying, I mean, driving or what you have to do when you play professional, right? I mean, to get to be professional, driving from Oren, driving from Logan every single year, parents also, bring them here. I mean, there are so many stories, but it's focusing on those things. I mean, determination of, I want to do this, I want that dream, and I'm going to make it happen. So
So nothing is possible.
nothing is impossible.
Yeah, everything they've said is so true. I would like to say that those field would say that the coaches at La Roca are people that care, that are willing to sacrifice and put the work to make each and every one of those players they get the opportunity to be with better. In La Roca, everybody plays. We always try to win games with 16, with 17, and with 18 players, and not just with the top 11. In La Roca, everyone matters. And those field would tell the story that we always care to make sure that everybody will play, everybody will develop. So that's what I can honestly be the most proud of. It's like all our coaches let everyone play, let everyone develop, because that doesn't happen all the time in the world of soccer. And I love how we do it.
I believe that we are aware of where we are right now. Okay, I'm gonna be 56 in June. My knee gave up a little bit. The last 5 years I had 4 surgeries, 4 meniscus. Never happened in my life when I play soccer. I passed the 50 and I start like feeling it. I think that everybody knows that we're not gonna be here forever. But one thing that La Roca does, and we're doing really good, is telling the people that they coming, the new blood, the new coaches, everybody are getting licensed, guys. Like so many people, they just want to get better. And in some point, yes, we might not be coaching 3 teams, but we might be looking for another way to keep supporting the club, because what we built 20 years ago, that is going to be our legacy. And we got to make sure that La Roca is going to be a club that, the founders, whatever they started disappear, is no longer anymore. So many clubs are not even, they don't even exist. The hope for me is like we can pass the torch to the next one, that they are getting the education, that they're learning the game, and we can keep guiding them. And I don't have any doubt that the people that we're working with behind the scene, the administrators, the board members, and the parents, the club is going to be in a good hand. I don't have any doubt about that. That's my feeling.
I would say that my advice for the new generation is just try to get better every day, because as much those kids expect you to give them your best. In order to give your best, you need to become the best also, and then you need to try to get better every single day. I remember when I just retired for playing professional soccer, and I say, "Oh, that's enough. I know the game, and enough to coach." And when you start coaching and then you start developing players, you need to get your education. You need to study it again. You need to get your licenses. You need to, and the game is being, the last few years, is being evolving. New things coming up, new methodologies, new stuff for training, how the game is being played. That if you get behind and feel like you know everything, you're tossed. So you always have to.
The kids are they're gonna feel it in a second, because when we play and we had a coach that it couldn't be simple enough to say, do ABC, this is like this, and it takes 20 minutes, and you start like looking at each other and said, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So the kids have to believe in the coach, and that's extremely
Exactly.
important.
And the best thing to be failure is preparation. You don't want to fail, you have to be best prepared. So that would be my advice to.
We're doing that already. Without seen it probably, or we're seeing that, but we're gonna realize that probably in 5, 10 years. So that's the thing, that we are. This is what we were doing when we turn 20 years, because it's gonna be 25 and it's gonna be 30, and we're gonna be still around.
I think it's hard for the new generation because social media is huge and you can see how many posts of people say Ferguson say and then Pep Guardiola and then Luis Enrique and then in South America we have Bielsa. Like it's so hard to get like a temptation to change who you are. But I think my advice is two. One is it's about honesty. It's about be honest with your player. I think the athlete, the kid, the player appreciate always from the coach when the coach is honest. I'm a human. I'm gonna make a mistake. Sometimes I'm gonna have a good day, bad days. But when you communicate with honesty, I think the player, everyone, appreciate that. I mean, it's a huge difference with other coaches. I think it's too much lie around, to be honest, and I say that. Second, you mentioned license. I think it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to because the good thing is about everything has consequence in the game. All right. My license is amazing because I learn a lot about here, but at the same time, kill my little boy, kill who's inside of me, kill the unique coaching, the unique fan. So I think it's good to keep them balanced. The license, the course, a conversation with a master coach is gonna be good, but don't lose your soccer. Don't lose your
Just
passion.
don't lose your identity.
Don't lose your identity. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was little, I watched Colombia play with Rincon, Valderrama, Asprilla, Aristizábal, and I was crazy about that thing. How they play by one touch, boom, 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 boom. Now they never win anything. They never win anything. But I was in love with that soccer. And then Barcelona or whatever. So when we go into these things, they're called course or license, making by people too. So find the balance. Because if you work with passion, if you believe in the soccer and you believe in love of your game, I think you're going to be a better coach by
But
far.
all those things that you learn, like you said, doesn't need to change who you are as a coach or as a person, how you like the game, but probably give you tools to get you better or to be more open-minded about the game without losing your identity. Like you say, we shouldn't do that. We should always be uh, um, who we are and use those like tools to help us do better.
Yeah, we keep learning day to day. I mean, every day we become better coaches. So that is my advice too. I mean, stay current, don't get comfortable, keep studying, keep working, love your game, love your job. That is the main thing. I mean, you need to love your job to do a better job, and like to translate that to your players. I mean, make sure they know that you care about them, because that is important thing. I mean, a player that know that you care about them, they kill for you, they do everything for you. So that is the main important thing. Like, make sure they know that you really care about them, and you're gonna have a great team. I mean, it's gonna be fun forever. So just like that, keep the passion, keep working, love the game.
I agree. I think in the next generation of La Roca coaches have to be good people, have to be good human beings, and to take what we have already done to the next level. It will require a lot of hard work and dedication and professionalism, because what we've done together and amongst this 20 years, it's pretty big. And I say it in a humble way because I know there's more to do, but it's pretty big. It's not a minor thing. We've developed a lot of good people, a lot of good athletes, and some of them play at the collegiate level, some of them play at the professional level. And I think that is an amazing thing. And the new generation will have to come here and put the effort and put the honesty, the integrity, the hard work, the passion, and keep the unity. So we work always together as a family. So
Plus, they will have more tools that we have when we start. Fields to train, equipment, everything. I think.
Also more competition too.
Yeah, competition also evolved, but like Adolfo says, on the humble way also, what that we done, and then in terms of on and off and on the field, it's just it's setting a good path for the new generation to come and keep building upon, right?
That's why it's important. Don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
Because we tend to stay comfortable. Like, this is good. I mean, I'm good. I'm doing, and then you stop improving, stop learning. It's like, it's enough.
Yeah.
Or I have this and
It is nice to come to a place when you know you had your place to train, and remember fighting for fields sometimes on the little park, right? To train with other sports sometimes, and it was sometimes a lot of times hard to plan your training sessions, or you have to adjust it right on the moment because the space.
A lot of the players that we talk about when they come here, like, oh my God, we didn't practice here.
Yeah.
We used to practice in Barnes Park, or we used to practice over there, or whatever. So,
Yeah.
well, lucky. Here.
Piece of grass, basically.
Exactly.
vamos, vamos a Roca, que esta noche tenemos que ganar.
Everybody jumping after.
Vamos, vamos a Roca, que esta noche tenemos que ganar.
Y ahora gritamos todos, vamos.
Vamos, vamos a Roca, que esta noche tenemos que ganar. Vamos, Roca, un 1, 2, 3, Roca.